Students, today we are going to find electric field at an equatorial point of dipole. Now in the previous video we had discussed about the axial and the equatorial axis. The axis which joins the centers of the two charges of the dipole is the axial axis, and the ones which is perpendicular to the dipole is the equatorial axis. Now we are going to find electric field at a point which lies on this equatorial line of the dipole. Now dear students, for understanding the derivation, first of all let's try to understand the diagram. I have a system of two charges, minus q and plus q. Let the separation between them be represented by 2a. Since the dipole moment P vector is from the direction of minus q to plus q, so I have pointed it towards the right, that is from minus q to plus q. Now we know that plus q charge has electric field radially outwards, so electric field due to plus q is radially outwards, represented by E plus q, and that due to negative charge is radially inwards and is represented by E minus q. Let the distance between the dipole, perpendicular distance between the dipole and point P where electric field is to be found, be r. Now since my dipole is of length 2a, so my distance AO will be equal to OB equal to A each, half of the length of the dipole. So both of these distances would be A. So I get OB is equal to A, OP is equal to R. Now dear students, if we apply Pythagoras theorem in my right angle triangle POB, which is right angled at angle O, I get base square, which is OB, OB square, plus perpendicular square, which is OP, OP square is equal to PB square, which is my, or BP square, which is my hypotenuse. So OB is A square, OP is R square is nothing but my BP whole square. So my BP whole square is equal to A square plus R. Now let us try to find the magnitude of electric field due to charge plus q at point P. So its magnitude will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Since we have a plus charge q upon the distance is BP whole square, so BP, so we'll take the square of BP. Then we get 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon BP square is A square plus R square, and this electric field, it is directed along BP since it is radially outwards. Now let us come and try to find out the electric field due to minus q. So we are taking the magnitude, so I am taking a magnitude symbol. Magnitude of electric field due to minus q, it will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus q upon. Now since we are talking about magnitude, we can neglect this minus sign. So I am neglecting this minus sign. We are only talking about the magnitude upon AP square. Now again my AP square would also be equal to A square plus R square, since here also I have base equal to A and the distance is R. So again AP square is equal to A square plus R square. So I get 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon A square plus R square. Please dear students, kindly keep it in mind that I am neglecting this minus sign here because we are just considering the magnitude and nothing else. So, and this will be directed along PA. Now we see that the magnitude of both the quantities is same. So let us represent the magnitude as E plus Q. Magnitude is equal to E minus Q magnitude is equal to E. Now coming back to this diagram, I am going to resolve my vector E into its rectangular components. Now this angle will also be equal to theta. Let us consider that this dipole P is making an angle, this distance PA is making an angle theta with the dipole, and similarly here also we have an angle theta. Since this is an isosceles triangle, we found that AP is equal to BP, so the angles opposite to the similar sides would also be equal. So let us name it as theta. Now we are drawing a parallel line to this line AB. So since they are corresponding angles, so they will also be equal. This is your basic 10th class geometric explanations. So now let us try to find and resolve our electric field into two components. So one I'll be having a perpendicular component, the other one would be along the base. So my perpendicular component would be E sine theta, and along the base it would be E cos theta. Similarly, I am resolving this E minus Q also. Again, since the magnitude is same, so I am writing the downward would also be E sine theta, and my perpendicular would be E cos theta. Now dear students, see, these two perpendicular components, they are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, so they'll cancel out each other. However, these base components which are across the theta, both of them are equal to E cos theta, but they are in the same direction, so they'll add up, giving us a total of 2E cos theta. So our net electric field due to this plus Q charge and minus Q charge, or due to this dipole, would be along this direction at point P. Now this direction is opposite to my direction of dipole movement. So if it is P cap in this direction, I'll have minus P cap in this direction. So my net electric field in vector representation equatorial, that is electric field at equatorial point, would be equal to 2E cos theta, and the direction is opposite to the direction of dipole, so I'll get it minus P cap. So net electric field is minus 2E cos theta P cap. Now I know electric field is equal to the magnitude of E plus Q or the magnitude of E minus Q. So we'll be substituting this value instead of E, but we need the value of cos theta as well. So let us try to find the value of cos theta. Cos theta is nothing but your base upon hypotenuse. Now my base, considering this triangle again, my base is OB and OB is equal to A. And my hypotenuse is BP, and BP square is equal to A square plus R square. So BP would be equal to A square plus R square under root. So now let us try and substitute these values. So what do we get? E equatorial is equal to 2, substituting the value of E, minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon A square plus R square. Then substituting the value of cos theta, A upon A square plus R square under root can be written as 1 by 2, and then our vector, unit vector representing the direction. Let us try to solve it. So I get minus 2. On top I have Q and A, and in the denominator I have 4 pi epsilon naught. This is A square plus R square to the power 1, and this is A square plus R square to the power 1 by 2. So when I add them, I get A square plus r square whole to the power 1 plus 1 by 2 with my vector, unit vector. So if I open it, it is minus 2aq upon 4 pi epsilon naught a square plus r square whole to the power 3 by 2 p vector. I hope you're clear up till this point. Now, again, I know 2aq is nothing but my dipole moment since p is equal to 2aq. So I am where p is nothing but my magnitude of dipole moment. So I am replacing my 2aq as p is equal to minus p vector upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus a square 3 by 2. Again, as we did in the previous video, we considered if our dipole, the length of a dipole is much smaller as compared to the distance, which means my r is much greater than 2a. In order to understand this concept, you can refer to my previous video. I have explained it in detail. I am repeating it here. Kindly see to it. Suppose the length of my dipole, which is 2a, is very small as compared to distance of my point on the equatorial line, which is very far. It means this distance r is much greater than my distance 2a. So if r is much greater than 2a, then r square would be much greater than 2a whole square. So I can neglect this term 2a whole square in place of with respect to r square. So I am replacing it. If you want me to explain it using an example, here is it. Suppose our r is equal to 2 and 2a is equal to 0.2. So my r square would be equal to 4 and my 2a square would be equal to 0.04. If my r is greater than 2a, then my r square is much greater than 2a. So I am neglecting my second term with respect to the first term. That is, I am neglecting a here. If it is much greater than 2a or r square is much greater than 2a whole square, so it will be definitely much greater than a square as well. So I am neglecting my second term. So I am left with minus p cap over 4 pi epsilon naught r square whole to the power 3 by 2. So I get minus p cap upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This square and this gets cancelled, r cube. So final expression which I get is, for any point on the equatorial axis or equatorial line of an dipole, my net electric field would be minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught p upon r cube p vector. Now this shows that for a point on the equatorial line, the direction of my electric field would be opposite to the direction of my dipole moment. This negative sign symbolizes this point. In the axial, we found that both the direction of the dipole moment and the direction of my electric field due to the dipole on the axial line were in the same direction. However, now we're finding that they are in the opposite direction. So this is the first contrasting point between my electric field on an axial point and my electric field on an equatorial point. Now let us try to compare their magnitude. We had found that E axial was equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon r cube p cap. And now we have found that E equatorial is equal to minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught p upon r cube p cap. If I divide both and talk about their magnitude, if I am talking about their magnitudes, and if I divide both of them, this gets cancelled, this gets cancelled, this term gets cancelled. I'm only left with a factor of 2. So my E axial, I can neglect this minus sign because I'm taking a magnitude. So if I talk about the magnitude, my E axial is twice the magnitude of my E equatorial. So a point